And we are live. What's up, guys? Back with another trading session, even though we're late. We should have been here in the morning, but now we're here in the afternoon. So that's a good thing for us to get experience in both the morning and the afternoon sessions. Having said that, I think I prefer to trade mostly on the mornings. During the day, like around 10, 9:30. But here we are, 2 p.m. Central Time. There are no news reports or events that we have to worry about. Tomorrow, there will be 3 reports: the CPI and a few others, the EIA, but nothing today that pertains to us trading the NASDAQ. We are still down $1,000 and change down from our original balance. We really haven't had profitable days during these 5 days, and our losses have been very, very bad, substantial. This is the worst but longer evaluation I've had. So I've failed multiple times, but the first ones that I failed, I wouldn't even make it to day 4, let alone 5. So going on day 5, it's a good sign, but being down so much in account balance, that is not good. During the preparation and the first evaluation that I put on YouTube, I actually did a lot better. Oh shit! Just was making sure that I'm live. So yeah. So haven't really had a profitable day in this specific evaluation. I do think there's the market has been pretty chaotic, if you could say that. Okay, going on the daily. Where's my daily chart? Oh, it's over here. Well, fine, I'll put it over here. So looking at the daily chart, we are still bullish, but deep mitigation of this zone. We never really traded up from here, or half of this point from up here to down here. So it kind of doubled down on both the high and right now apparently looking to do the same on the low. Almost, it wasn't a tap. It was definitely an attempt, right? Because we did get over the candle closures on all these 3 days. Price has not been trading lower than this since the break of this structure. So when we tapped into here, we had some confirmation that this was the break to the downside, but it didn't. It was shy of even running the low. Price went up. What happened to the music? Right. So yeah, we thought that we were gonna break, right? But we didn't. It was not even a run of the low. Then we traded up. Two days ago. This is on the 5th, which was Sunday, Monday, and today Tuesday. April 6th. No, it's April 9. Holy moly, it's already April 9. In any case, that reminds me, being April 9, that I have to make a phone call. Oh my God. I shouldn't even be here. So today's topic is why trading, right? Oh, by the way, guys, the content presented in this video is for entertainment and educational purposes only. The views and opinions expressed are solely those of the creator and should not be construed as financial advice. The creator does not sell any products or services, nor is affiliated with any of the trading platforms or tools mentioned. Trading involves risk, and it's important to consult your own research or with a professional before making any investment decisions. The creator assumes no responsibility for any losses or damages arising from the use of this content. So today's topics are both going to be why trading, why did I choose to do trading, and then the second topic is the iPhone 15 Pro, which is the camera that you're looking through. Um, as you can see, it's a good camera. I mean, I don't know. Can you see my face? Pretty good, right? Um, but let's start with the first topic. First is why trading. Why trading? And it could take me a long time to answer this question as a topic for today, but I'm going to do my best to keep it short and simple, easy to understand. So, in order to explain why I ended up being a trader, quote unquote, the first thing that we need to know about me is that I guess I've been all my life sort of a free thinker. Okay, free thinker. Um, when I was a kid, actually, I was very gullible. If if an if an adult or someone else would tell me something, I'd believe it because I had this idea that I didn't know people had incentives to lie. I didn't know like people could benefit from lying or that they would just lie for the hell of it, you know, or that they lie to themselves. So I'm a free thinker and I'm very gullible, which kind of don't go hand in hand, right? It's kind of the opposite. If you believe everything they tell you, then how can you be a free thinker? Well, as I got older and I got hurt by the lies of people, as we all do, as part of being human, part of evolving, part of being a child, is you, for example, you got to, if there are any kids around in your house, put them to the side because I'm going to talk about, you know, Santa. You know what I'm saying? Santa is not real. And we all get to find that out as kids if at some point we believed in Santa. Now, I believed in Santa. I did. Why would my parents lie about a mystical being who brings toys to the less fortunate, or because that was kind of like, also part of it. You had to be a good kid. It wasn't about being a rich kid, right? Santa was not um, preferential to kids with money. Santa was preferential to kids that behaved, who did their homework and brushed their teeth. You know, that's who. That's the kid. Those are the kids that deserve to be to be gifted, to be gifted a brand new Nintendo. You know what I mean? So I believe in Santa, and then kids at my school would say, "Duh, there is no Santa. You're stupid." And I'd be like, "There is a Santa, and I'm willing to fight. I'm willing to fight for it, for my belief, right?" And you think those kids are just being lied to. Actually, you're not being lied to. They're being lied to. So someone's wrong here, right? Someone's wrong. Either there is a Santa or there is no Santa. Now, one day, my dad said, "Hey, hop in the truck." Hop in the truck. He had a pickup truck, huge pickup truck. I was like 8, so he was huge. I was like, I don't know when I found out about Santa, but I'm gonna guess 8, 7. I don't know. It wasn't 12. Okay, I know that. But I remember elementary school, the kind of classroom I was in, I guess, during the time. I would say, guess 8. Let's just go with 8. And my dad's in the truck and he's driving at night. And he said, we're working tonight. We're working. And I was like, really, Daddy? Cool, cool. What are we doing? What's the job? Because it was at night. I wasn't used to my dad driving me to work at night. He would just drive me to well, nighttime was more reserved for, like, being at the club, working out, kind of like you know, going to the movies, whatever. It was like a chill time. So, but he picked me up at night. He's like, we're working. I'm like, all right. And I said, what's the job? And then he said, we're going to get all the gifts for this Christmas. And it wasn't Christmas yet. It wasn't like Christmas night. It was like December 12 or something like that. I don't remember. It wasn't Christmas Day. It was before. So he said, "Oh, we're gonna go and pick up the gifts for this Christmas." And he said it very nonchalant, right? And I was like, "Okay, what do you mean? What do you mean we're picking up what gifts?" And he said, "Oh, the Santa gifts, the gifts that Santa gives you every Christmas. We're gonna pick them up so that we can put them under the tree later. He said, first we gotta put them from one storage to another, and then later we'll pick them up again and put them under the tree." I was like, "What? What do you mean? There's no Santa?" And my dad's like, "Yeah, you didn't know there was no Santa?" He just blurted it out. He didn't even flinch. He just told me, "Oh yeah, there's no Santa." I remember, like, just having my whole world crush down upon me. I was sitting in that big truck too. I was very comfortable. I remember that. I was very comfortable in the truck. But the news that there is no Santa felt like I had a hundred bricks on top of me. And I don't think I said much to my dad. I think I cried a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I think I did shed a tear or two. And then my dad, he just didn't say anything. He just didn't, like, console me or said, "Oh, it's okay." No, no, he just went up. We went up. We picked up the gifts. We put them in another storage, which actually was kind of a hard work. I mean, it was a lot of gifts. Like, but I also, not only did I find out Santa wasn't real, I also learned that my dad was buying the gifts. My dad, he was working all freaking day because he owned a store. He owned a store. So he was working every day so we can have Christmas gifts. And this mystical creature, even though, and I wasn't even sad that Santa wasn't real. Like, oh, I love Santa. No, it wasn't like that. I was just hurt being lied to. And even standing up for it against other kids. And imagine my dad, he was like, "Oh man, this kid's gonna get his ass whooped at school for talking about Santa because he really believes it." And I did. I did. I believed it 100%. I was like 100%. There was a guy, and actually, I don't even think it was Santa. Like, Santa is kind of like the American version, but I didn't grow up in America. What we had was like more like a the kid god is what we call him, the child god. It's like baby Jesus type of thing, but it wasn't really Jesus. It was like child god. That was like the nickname. of course, it sounds weird in English, but in Spanish, it's El Niño Dios. It sounds good. Okay, everybody knows El Niño Dios. Oh, that's the guy. That's who you gotta behave to. That's the one who watches over you when you're a kid, and that's the one who gives you gifts in Christmas. So it wasn't even that. It wasn't even that I was blown away that there was no Santa or child God. I was just crushed for being lied to. Okay. And from then on, I have been a skeptic. I have been a skeptic because here's my dad lying about, Santa or whatever being real. And here I am not realizing the truth that somebody's got to pay for all the toys. Somebody's got to pay for them. Okay? That was like the crushing blow to my understanding of life. Is that you had to like work and make money if you wanted anything in life. And it doesn't matter if you're a good kid or a bad kid. What matters is that you work to get money to buy stuff for kids or for other people. And then, like, of course, like once I found out Santa wasn't real, a lot of things came to mind. Like, hey, my dad also gets really cool gifts from Santa every year. He must just choose them for himself. You see what I'm saying? By the way, my parents got us nice gifts, man. Like, they weren't rich, like super rich or anything. We were okay. I'm not gonna sit here and complain about how we were broke, because that's not true. Okay. And we took vacations and we got gifts on Christmas. That was like the two things that my parents made sure we always had, was like Christmas gifts and vacation, cool vacations. Other than that, like, I mean, yeah, they got us really nice clothes and all that, but it wasn't fancy or anything. And we didn't care. Like, we weren't those type of kids. I was very picky about the clothes that I wore, but it wasn't about how much they were. I never really cared. Well, it's expensive, then it's good. No, it was more like how they fit me, because I was very awkward as a kid, I guess. But I digress. The whole point of the thing is to tell you my story about how I became a trader, right? Okay, so once I found out that nothing is free in life, right? Nothing is free. Then I got to the idea that, okay, if you want anything in your life, you have to work for it. You have to work for it. And that was my belief for a long time. For a long time, I believed that if you wanted something from life, you had to work and then you'll get it. And then fast forward, I found out about Bitcoin, right? I found out what it was in 2014, right? Or 2015. Somewhere around there in that Christmas or whatever, I found out what Bitcoin was. I bought a book on Bitcoin, and I was actually fascinated not only by the invention of Bitcoin, which is fascinating, and Satoshi Nakamoto, which is even more fascinating, but I found out about a whole story, the Ross Albright and Roger Ver situation and all those people. It was like a real cop thriller type of book, right? But not only that, I also thought, hey man, if this is real, look at that. Look at that. If this is real, like this Bitcoin thing is real, imagine how much it's going to be worth. Okay. Because I learned about how there would only be 21 million Bitcoin in the world, about, you know, Bitcoin mining, that kind of thing. So, Oh, come on. Lost that one. All right. So back to the story. Oh, 1 second. I gotta record this trade. 150 can. 18308. All right. So I found out about Bitcoin and I was all about it. I didn't buy it because it was so hard to buy it back then. The exchanges were very shady. And, I was like, you got to use your credit card, right? That's what I found out because you got to go through an exchange to get it. And they're only going to take dollars or whatever other currency. I was like, what? That defeats the whole purpose. I just read that this whole thing is decentralized and blah, blah, blah. And now you're telling me I need to sign up with them with my ID and stuff. And I didn't do it because I was like, that's just not what I thought it was. And I didn't know that that you had to get it out of the exchange. There was no hardware wallets back then. I think the only way to really secure your Bitcoin and have complete autonomy would be to use a paper wallet. And when I started digging into what a paper wallet was and how it was used, I was like, oh, hell no. Like, that's just a recipe to lose your Bitcoin and disaster because you have to know what you're doing. You have to know what you're doing, and it's not easy. And mistakes are going to be costly, costful, costful. They're going to cost you. Mistakes are going to cost you. They're cost you. And so I didn't get any Bitcoin, but it was back in the day. It was like 2015, wasn't it? Like I think when I first heard of it, when I first started reading into it, it was like $300. You know, I think maybe even less. But then I remember that summer of 2016, I think it was, Bitcoin went up to like 4,000 or something crazy, and I was like, I knew it, you know. And it wasn't until later on in like 2016, almost 17, on the bull run that I started to actually get Bitcoin. And I got a hardware wallet, which were new. I got a Trezor, and I said, "This is it. This is how you do it." All right, and that was my first trade. Okay, that was my first trade into anything. I was already 34, 33 years old or something. So that was my first trade. No, it was like, yeah, I was like 30, 31, 32 when I when I first got Bitcoin, yeah, 30, 33, 2017, 16. Yeah, I was like 32 years old. So anyways, that was the first trade in my life. I had never owned stock or anything else, basically. I would just have my money in the bank. And I had none. I had very little. But, I figured, I'm going to work all my life. Because remember, I figured when I was a kid, I figured out that the only way to make money is to work for it. So I did not care about investments and stuff because I was like, all I have to do to get money is to work for it. And when you're young, you think I can work forever, which is pretty true. I mean, yeah, older people can work too. I don't know why this fuss about like having to work when you're older. I mean, you can still work. Yeah, I mean, you're not gonna have, an intense labor, intense physical labor when you're 70, but you can still work, especially with all the experience you have as an older person. You can go into any field, and you probably have some skills. Now, I didn't understand the hard reality that working meant having a job. And if that's the case, if working means having a job, then people are not going to hire you when you're 70 years old. That's the problem with not being able to work when you're older, is that who's going to hire you? I would say there are people who would hire you, but it's not, it doesn't look great on your resume. But in any case, I never really made any trades except for that one. But I would always keep talking about it for years to come. Bitcoin this, Bitcoin that. Oh, it's gone up, it's gone down. But I believe in it. I would always believe in it. I had no doubt. Never, never any doubt. Especially because I would look at real people who actually know about Bitcoin, like the technology, and I would hear what they have to say. And I'd be like, okay, this is real. They're actually giving you the explanations on all this technology. So I became hardcore about it. And then one time, my good friend said to me, hey man, how come, what would be good for you is if you became a trader. And I was like, nah, man. I was like, nah, trading, that's for a specific type of people. I didn't think I had what it takes to be a trader, which is I thought that you had to be some kind of like genius mathematician. Like you'd have to look at numbers and patterns, kind of like a savant. A savant is like someone with, it's kind of a genetic issue, but they are able to like see things that other humans can't. For example, they can tell you what day of the week was a specific date, even if it's 50 years ago. You tell them, oh, March 5th, 2065. I mean, sorry, 1996. Like you say March 5th, 1996, and they'll be like, oh, that was a Tuesday. It was raining that day. And you're like, whoa. And I thought those people are the ones that are meant to be traders, like real smart people with special abilities. That's why I didn't think I could become a trader, because I was like, I ain't one of those. So my friend asked me, hey, how come you don't become a trader? It looks like you have the aptitude for it. You're a loner. First of all, I'm a loner. Okay, introvert. I like computers. I like technology. I like Bitcoin. How come you don't become a trader? And I was like, nah, man, that is for geniuses. Okay. And I'm not a genius. Honestly, I'm not. And and it goes against my idea. You see, it goes back circle. It goes against my idea that you have to work to to make money. Now, although having a job and working are not the same thing, we're all working for someone. Okay, even if you're the loneliest entrepreneur, you're still dealing with clients, people, and you are dependent on pleasing or you know meeting up the expectations of someone else, even when you have a entrepreneurship type of you know work that you do, freelance, whatever. I've had freelance jobs. I mostly had freelance jobs. I really have been an employee for very little time of my life. Most of the time I've been a freelancer, contractor. you know I don't really have a boss job, but you always do. Even when contracts and stuff, you have someone that has to um who is above you, who can terminate your contract, who could make sure your contract you're living up to the standards of your contract. But the good thing about freelance stuff is that it's not as high pressure as when you're an employee, a full-time employee. You're like basically dependent on your bosses and your company. All right, I'm closely checking out this area. Could be a little reversal to the upside, but we're gonna be very patient today because we're already down um, $150. So yeah, so having a job and working is not the same thing. But even when you just work and don't have a job, you still have job type aspects of what you do. And trading really is the only thing that I can think of, except for like professional gambler, or well, it's the only kind of thing that I can think of where you don't really have a boss or anyone to answer to if you um, trade your own account. If you trade your own money, if you're a trader that trades other people's money, then you have your clients. It's a job. You can't really do whatever you want. But this trading is the only, it's one of the only things I can think of that actually you're pretty free. You're pretty free from everyone else. You put your own risk, your own money. Like I said, professional gamblers can do that too. They can blackjack, whether it's blackjack or whatever, or poker players. They all have that freedom, yeah. But I would even say you have even more freedom with trading because usually professional gamblers have to be on site on the casino. Maybe they like it. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I'm just saying they are bound to having to be somewhere physically in a certain location. And trading, you don't really have that. You can be anywhere in the world. And then there's also no lack of instruments, right? Like casinos, they're bound by laws that you may not be able to, you know, for example, like it's illegal to gamble in a lot of places, so you'd have to go to a location where it's convenient to trade to gamble. And with trading, you just do it on your computer. Nowadays, with the prop firms, you don't even have to risk your own capital as much as you had to before. So all those things, I was like, dude, my friend was right. Why am I not a trader? You see what I'm saying? And the thing is, I liked it. Like I really liked it. The whole thing, not just the not just the money aspect of it, not just the potential for making money or losing money for that matter. Because I mean, there is something satisfying about losing money. I will tell you that. I don't know what it is, but there's a reason why people keep coming back to the casino. Um, but not only that, it's just more like the day to day, the type of work that's involved, the discipline that it requires, the fact that it's very challenging. Also, it's very appealing to me. So that's why trading. Okay, that answers the whole thing. From my early childhood uh, to now, I've changed my mind on what work and what money really is because of Bitcoin, because of my dad's, crushing blow that Santa wasn't real, and because of, um, oh, one more thing. So my one of the things I did for a long time that I've been doing for a long time to make money is teaching tennis. Yeah, so I'm a tennis pro. Okay, a tennis teaching pro, and with that title comes the responsibility of teaching people how to play tennis. So I'm pretty good at tennis. I'm not gonna say I'm the best in any means, but I'm an advanced player, and I have a lot of fun with it. And I've been playing for a long time. That's another aspect of trading that I think gives me an edge, or is going to give me an edge down the line, is that I play tennis. It's a sport that's very challenging. Okay, it's not easy. Anybody that tells me that tennis is easy, I am willing to have a debate. No problem. It's probably one of the hardest sports out there, in my opinion, especially to do it well. Yeah, you can just pick up a racket and hit a ball. That's not hard. But if you want to compete, you want to like actually, put your game out there against other skillful players, good luck. Good luck. All right. Very demanding sport, physically, mentally. And one thing that I've always used in tennis to give me an advantage, an edge, if you will, is statistics. Okay, there's a lot of statistics in tennis that you can use to your advantage and give you an edge to win more matches. So I'm going for the continuation of the downward trend. And of course now it looks like more of a flip, but we do have that high as a barrier, so oh boy. Ooh, ooh. Wow, we're losing this one quick. Very quick. That was a huge loss. 300 bucks. All right, so I have to get out of here. Otherwise, I'm going to take another trade. But that's why trading, okay? Statistics, tennis, Bitcoin, my childhood lies, and what else? You have to work to make money. That is evolving in my brain. You don't really have to work to make money. You just have to do something. And to me, trading is not work. As you can see, I would be unprofitable. So I'm glad it's not really work, because I'd be broke. But it will be. It will be, okay? It's gonna take time. This is just the beginning of an era. And of course, you're gonna have losses like I did when I played tennis um, back in the day when I first started. I lost a lot. And now that's no longer the case. Look, I wanted to take a trade down there. I mean, going down with that. But it's too late, and I'm not gonna risk anymore. It probably stop in right here and going up. Let's see. It's probably going up from here. Let's see. Maybe a little lower, but I have a feeling it's going up again. I may have to take another trade, guys. This is this is looking good. A little late with the order. If it does go up, it might actually break that. So yeah, so the other topic was the iPhone 15 Pro, which is, like I said, the camera you're looking through. I was just gonna talk about how I love that phone, how it's my favorite phone. But there is only one flaw. Okay, so first of all, USB Type C, amazing. Okay, I love it. That was like the one thing I cannot go back to any other iPhone. I cannot have the lightning cable again in my life. Okay, even though I still use the lightning cable for a few things like my headphones and stuff, but not for my phone. Okay, it's 2024. That's just stupid. USB Type C should be the only connector for a phone out there at the moment. Oh my God, look at this thing. Jeez. So yeah, not because of the USB Type C is phenomenal. But one thing I don't like about the iPhone 15 Pro, the camera, again, the camera is excellent. The camera is excellent. Everything is, I like everything about it except for one thing. Well, actually, two things. One is very petty. The main thing I don't like about it, I'm gonna come out with it already, is no freaking SIM card slot. What the heck? Okay, I go to Mexico and I can't even use my iPhone 15 Pro without paying a really high amount of money for the virtual SIM card or whatever, the eSIM, because other countries are not up to it yet. You know what I mean? It was too early. Okay, Apple, what are you thinking? It's too early. Like, yeah, in US, it's eSIM everywhere, but your market is around the world. Give us a break. Did you know that Apple's reach beyond the United States? Okay, so probably like 70% of people use an iPhone in United States versus an Android. Definitely more than 50%. And jeez, this price is killing me. Jeez. Wow. There's gonna be a heavy mitigation here. I could put more risk and really get this order, but jeez. Because I don't really think it's gonna break this at the moment, but maybe it's done going up. We do have a range forming, which is pretty good for us considering where we are in the range and where our order is. But I mean, if it goes down, it could go down to like right here and then go up again. So there's very little room for us unless we want more risk. But yeah, it does look like it wants to go up. That was a good, nice little break. Let's see, or run of the high. But it doesn't want to stay up there. It's just consolidating right now. Probably would have been good to get out of that peak, because now it's more likely to go down all the way. Now that it broke or ran the high without running the high to the left. Yeah. Oh boy. Oh boy. Of course. Of course. Oh, maybe one more chance. So yeah, so the no SIM card sucks. Okay, that sucks. But that's the only thing. Oh, and the pity one is that, okay, so since you have USB Type C, you have some cool things about the iPhone 15 Pro specifically, that you can use like other accessories for your with the USB Type C, like a controller or, hold on, guys. Wow, it's just messing with us. Come on, baby. Come on. Woo! And that is the longest trade ever. Could go higher. Oh boy. It's turning around. Ooh, mitigation. Manipulation. Ooh. All right, we got out of that order. Could have been bigger. Look at that. Nah, too much risk. Too much risk. It's moving way too fast. It could go down quickly. But yeah, it looks like it wants to go up still. But this is the area that gave us the new low, so could go lower. All right. So yeah, iPhone 15 Pro, excellent phone. I wouldn't trade it for anything else. I do like Android, but there's just something about that iPhone, specifically with the USB Type C and 120 hertz refresh rate, that is too good to be true. Well, no SIM card. That's why it's too good to be true. But anyways, thanks guys for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. We are 789 bucks. Yeah, we should do better. We should do better. I did get out of that trade too early. I mean, especially when we're going up on the trend. We had a very big bull run. But now, I mean, we are approaching the top. Next time I'm gonna set up my stop loss right here, right where price is, get a few more points. So yeah, good trade, not too bad. Little risk. The risk should have been here, ideally, but we are risking too much on other stupid trades. Actually, let me jot the win here. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you on the next one. Take care. Oh, I didn't write the third one. This is the third one, second, 300L. All right. Peace.